All right, guys, let's talk about some nerdy Pro Tools settings. All right, so today I figured we'd just do a shorty video and I'd show you a Pro Tools setting that actually I've seen my students have trouble with before. So I know it's a problem that pops up for beginners, for people that don't dig super deep into the Pro Tools preferences, and I figured it'd be a good one to show you guys. So what I'm going to show you guys today has to do with recording, and I'm going to go to Setup and then Preferences, and then I'm going to go over to this Operation tab. And basically the setting I want to talk about here is the mute record arm tracks while stopped. So if this is checked off, basically what it does, I like to have it not checked off, but basically what it does is if you're recording and you have a track that's record enabled, right? So if we have, for example, this track record enabled here, I don't know what the input is, none. So good. So it's not going to cause delay here with me talking. But if I have a track record enabled, basically what it's going to do is if we look at the description for it, it becomes more obvious, right? But basically it's going to mute that track. So we're not going to hear whatever's coming through that track, whatever's in that track when the recording is stopped, right? When we're not actively recording. So I can show you what that looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check this off. So right now it's in that mode. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to set this input to, what am I? I think it's 6 now that I have this one on. Check, check. Okay, so what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to make sure this is muted in my universal audio console, which it is. That's just by default. Actually, it's not by default. I have it on my default, right? So it's something that I did, but I just leave it that way all the time, so I don't have like delay between the two softwares, basically. And then I have this loop back thing. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete this path. So you're not going to hear me here in a second. All right. So when I hit record, we hear me, right? But a second ago when I was talking and checking the levels here in Pro Tools, we could see my sound, right? We could see my microphone, but we didn't hear it. So if I hit pause again and then I talk, you're not going to hear me talking, right? So I'm going to hit pause here. I'm going to stop the recording and then I'm going to keep talking, but you shouldn't be able to hear me because I think I've thought about this properly. I don't have the microphone sending through to QuickTime anymore. Right. So what should happen is you should only be hearing my Pro Tools right now. So I'm going to stop and keep talking and you'll hear how it is for me in the room, right? So you can see there that I was talking. All I said was I was talking. You can see my levels, but I'm not there. You don't hear me. So, excuse me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this again, and then I'm going to go to that setting, and I'm going to deactivate it. So this is how I like it, right? Because now you can hear me. We're not recording and you can still hear me. And that's all that setting does. It makes it so that you can hear the person. You can do a bit more of a sound check that way. It's a little bit easier. And that's all the setting does. I usually just have the setting in this mode. So that's that. I'm going to switch back so that you're hearing me through the QuickTime. And I know this is redundant to do too, but it by default, the software does 2 channels at a time, and I figured this way it's balanced, so whatever. Cool. So that's basically that. That's the setting. Again, I will show it to you guys. It is Setup, Preferences, Operation, and then it's the Mute Record Arm Tracks While Stopped setting. So I hope you guys found that useful. I hope someone out there finds it helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And I do have that Patreon. So it's patreon.com/CatoNoise. And my patrons do get access to additional content. So I think that's about it. And I come out with new videos every Wednesday. And thanks so much for watching. Okay. Ugh. I got like, this is falling apart. And I got like little black dots all over me probably. That's what happens. Don't judge me. You know what? Ah, now I'm breaking shit. It's recording and I'm breaking shit. That's fun.